Sports on Tap is brought to you by Go2 Pro Plumbing, Land & Sea Motorsports, On the Bay Customs Boutique and Cafe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Loud noises!
Not a game.
This is the first time in my life I'm glad I'm different.
We talking about practice, man.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
65.
63. Knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With music and straw dropping, they getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, and you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and ride with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go and all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Every time. Welcome to this week's edition of Sports on Tap. I am Chris Scott, alongside Joe Waddell and Frank Giagata. Gentlemen, how are we? I mean, I know one's got a gimpy leg.
We're alive.
Yeah. Frank's got some stuff going on. I've got I'm basically on one leg, but you know, we're here. We're here to do this show, man.
Yes, that is.
And we have smiles on our faces.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm in a room with you two, so I feel like something's going to happen here shortly. So, I am actually doing all right, so I can't complain too much. I mean, that's
good.
That's a plus.
That is a plus. That is a plus. You're doing better than the other two people in this room.
I mean, you're both doing better than Tiger Woods is doing right now.
Specifically, I'm doing fine.
Yes.
My family's falling apart at the seams, but me, I'm okay.
Right. So doing better than Tiger Woods. And if you haven't heard, Tiger Woods got into a car accident this afternoon. Or this morning, I don't know which was this afternoon?
It was this morning.
This morning? Okay.
Yeah. I read a tweet. It said it was bad.
It was crazy. No shit. Which apparently they had to use the jaws of life to get him out of the car, which that's never a good thing. And through reports, again, nobody knows if this is confirmed or not or whatever, but it's said that he has 2 compound fractures, one in each leg. So obviously you don't want to say that his golf career is pretty much toast because, I mean, it's Tiger Woods. I mean, he could come back.
And there's no telling what happened to his back. His back's been a problem
for
years
exactly.
now.
So, I mean, obviously, I'd love to see him come back. That would be like one of the ultimate comebacks if he actually.
Dude, if he could come back from this, it'd be absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, it'd be even bigger than his last comeback, which was huge.
Which also had to do with a car.
Yes, it did.
Being struck by golf clubs.
Yes, by an angry wife.
Yes.
Angry ex-wife, I should say.
Yes.
But just I hope everything is not too serious. I mean, yeah, obviously broken legs. It's not ideal.
Well, and I've got a news clip here of it. If for the people who don't know what we're talking about, we'll play this for you, and that way we can fill you in on what's going on.
Golf superstar Tiger Woods, who has been injured in a serious car accident in Palos Verdes, California, just outside Los Angeles. Woods has been hospitalized, reportedly with multiple leg injuries, and is undergoing surgery. It's not yet clear how seriously he's been injured, though we do know the SUV he was driving. He was the sole occupant, went off the road and rolled over shortly after 7 this morning, California time, leaving it seriously damaged and forcing first responders to use the Jaws of Life power tool to extricate him from the wreck.
Can you imagine coming up on that and be like, holy shit, this is Tiger Woods.
This is Tiger Woods.
For real.
Like that would be you wake up, you're doing your job, you're a cop or a firefighter or whatever. And then, oh yeah, accident, so-and-so, you roll up. Oh, hey man. Hi Tiger, what's up, dude? It's like we're gonna try to get you out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best.
Yeah, that's crazy. But just like I said, I hope everything is okay. Obviously, it's not ideal, but I mean, obviously, it could be significantly worse.
He's alive at this point.
Yeah,
right.
It sounds like he's gonna be fine as far as life wise.
Right. So that's what that is. Now, moving off that subject, I want to get into something a little bit more positive. I want to talk about the Michigan Wolverines and what they did this weekend. They went down to Columbus, Ohio, and they took out the number 4 team in the country. And obviously, as you know, Michigan is ranked number 3. And they went down there and they handled their business, like you're supposed to. You're the number 3 team in the country. Go down there and handle your business, and they did, despite some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in a basketball game. It was horrific.
I almost feel like we can't even say it's the worst officiating.
That's
we've ever
true,
seen
because it's bad.
And because every week we talk about how bad officiating
It's becoming
is.
a competition.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's always the ref show, man. It's like, dude, just call the don't get me wrong, it was a good game, but if the refs just let them play, it would. Oh my god, that'd have been an absolute classic if they had just let them play. But no, it was free throw after free throw, foul after foul. And a lot of just like ticky-tack fouls. And then ones like that were blatant weren't called. And I was like, all right, whatever. But in spite of all that, Michigan handled their business. Okay, cool.
I have to say, despite what everybody says about this COVID season in college basketball and everything like that, this Michigan basketball team is special to watch, man. They're a special team. None of those players are really superstars.
Nope.
They weren't highly recruited.
Not those 5 stars.
5 stars.
Yeah, McDonald's All-Americans.
You know what I mean? Like, but that team is playing,
which they have coming in next year,
at a consistent level of excellence right now, overall as a team. And what we're watching,
you said it.
What we're watching is very special to watch.
Yep.
And if you get a chance to watch that team play, it's almost like old school college basketball, team basketball. Yeah. It's really fun to watch them play.
And you can tell this team has confidence. They, if they get down early or whatever, they don't panic. Mm-mm. They're just like, okay, that's fine. We'll D you up, and then we'll get back in the game. No worries.
It's not often you see a team, especially in college, buy into a system like this team has.
Yeah. You got guys they're playing unselfish basketball,
yeah.
And like Joe said, they're playing literally team basketball. Like one night, one guy will have a big night, another guy will have a big night. Mm-hmm. But it's all team success, and they play for each other, and that's honestly, especially in college sports, that's great to see because you really don't see it that much anymore.
No, you see a lot,
especially in college basketball.
Yeah, you see a lot of the one and dones. You see a lot of the you see a lot of the kids out there that just want to showcase for the next level, and to see a team playing just pure team basketball is actually enjoyable to watch.
And I mean, you could argue with that win they should have moved up to maybe number 2 or number 1 in the country, but all right, fine. I think they did almost, depending on how the rest of the season goes. I think they only got like 2 or 3 more games left in the regular season.
I don't see them moving up to number 1.
No, I'm just talking about seeding in the tournament in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yes.
I think they might have solidified a number 1 seed.
Absolutely. I thought you meant number 1 overall, but no, yes, you're right. I think they solidified a number 1 overall tournament seed.
Like, cause I mean, they still got to play Michigan State twice, I believe, and they got to play Illinois once. And Illinois, I've seen them play a few times, and from what I read from the experts, it's arguably one of the best teams in the country. So I want to see that matchup. I want to see Michigan and Illinois play.
I've got Illinois in one of my picks tonight.
That's terrific.
little spoiler for the next. That's called a spoiler in this business.
Which we changed it up. We're going to do the picks a little bit earlier this episode and moving forward, just so we can kind of get some games in that are going on tonight. So you can get before they start.
Yeah. So we don't have to give you just all late game picks.
Right. So we're probably going to do the picks here in a few minutes, but.
I was giving a spoiler out there for the picks. Mm-hmm. I have Illinois the Illinois game in my picks tonight.
Who are they playing?
Play Michigan State.
They got Sparty. Number 5 Illinois versus Sparty. It's supposed to start at 7, but it hasn't started yet.
Oh. Well, then that won't be in my picks then. I thought it was a 7:30 game. My bad.
Fair enough.
No, it's a 7 p.m. start time on Fox
in that
Sports
case,
1.
In that case, I'll throw it out really quickly. Illinois -7. Take that.
Yeah.
Done. Now we can move on.
Against Sparty,
yeah, against Michigan State.
Against Sparty, yeah.
I don't know. It's Izzo. It's this time of year. Let's go.
No, he's got a couple of days.
Yeah, you're right. It's not March yet.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It's just,
His time of year doesn't start until Monday.
oh, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. I can live with that. You know what? Yeah, let's do the picks. Let's get into them.
Let's get into them?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
let's do it.
If you've had plumbing
yeah.
problems, you're definitely not alone. The next time you have an issue, there's only one place to call. Go to Pro Plumbing. They're a local family-owned company with 15 years of experience. Based in Centerline, they serve the Metro Detroit area, keeping your pipes clean and flowing with fair prices and happy customers. They're open 7 days a week for all your plumbing needs. The knowledgeable and experienced staff will keep you informed of their progress every step of the way to make your experience as smooth as possible. Call Go To Pro Plumbing today at 586-250-2881. That's 586-250-2881. Go To Pro Plumbing. When your pipes won't flow, call the pro.
It's time!
Yeah, it's time for the picks. Like as I mentioned previous, we're gonna move them up in the show. Just kind of makes more sense that way, so we can actually get to games, that aren't starting at like 10 o'clock at night, things like that. So.
Yeah,
Which is funny because all my games are 10 o'clock.
Of course.
of course. That works out this week.
Actually, the two I picked last night, they both one I think one was at 9 and one was at like 10 or 10:30 or 10:40, I think it was. So like, yeah, all right. I saw that this morning. I'm like, but I hit. I'm
I was
like,
gonna say, did you stay up for
no,
it?
hell no.
Yeah, no, hell no.
Hell no.
That was we were talking before throughout the week, and my picks last week were pretty good on the show, but then I had a very, very down week after that. I mean, I was ice cold to the point where I even stopped doing anything. I stopped doing even dollar bets and anything like that. I stopped doing everything and just concentrated on my daughter's birthday this weekend and said I'm going to pick back up. And then last night, I sent you guys a couple copies of some parlays I did.
Yeah.
Out of 9 teams in 2 different parlays, the only thing I lost was 1 game. Out of those 9 games, I was so frustrated at that. But hopefully maybe I'm back on a hot streak and maybe my picks tonight will actually do you justice out there. But I was worried coming into today. I was worried.
Frankie, start us off.
All right. Well, apparently I am now a betting aficionado when it comes to basketball.
Yeah,
after my weekend.
I'd say you had a great weekend.
Yes, you have become the betting guru in this room right now.
Yes, you had a great weekend.
All because I had a little bit too much fun, and in my spaced out mind decided to put a couple bucks on a basketball game, and then got pick happy and picked 4 guys to go over certain points, picked the under, picked a whole bunch of shit, and
it worked.
Fucked around and almost won $1,000. So
it worked.
Yeah, right. So I'm trying to recreate a little bit of magic today. I'm picking the Portland game. Portland is playing at Denver. I'm picking them with the spread. I'm picking them to go over 232, and then I'm taking Damian Lillard to go over 35 points. But at the same time, FanDuel has a super boost with Lillard to go over 40, which is a plus 480. So I figured, you know what, I like him for a little bit less than that, but he's been super hot. Chris and I were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
So you know what, I'm going to throw 10 on it, and we'll see what happens. We got like 60, 70 bucks here, possibility to win.
Yeah. That's
Blazers.
And Joe's liking it too.
I love those 2 picks right there. I really do. Blazers. I love the Blazers tonight. I would take a money line.
Even though they got smacked around, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, I see. That's one reason why I like them coming back into this game tonight.
Yeah.
And I love that pick. I actually took them getting the 6, but I would even take them money line when it came down to it. I really think they're going to win this game tonight. I took them with the 6 points just to be safe, but I think they have a great shot at winning that game tonight, and I agree with you on the over on that one as well.
All right.
So, yeah, for sure.
Joe?
All right. Well, I'm going to throw out two boosts here as my first couple picks here. There's a boost tonight. Embiid and Harden to score 25 or more points. It doubles your money, maximum bet of $25, and that is on Fox Bet. There's also a Giannis and Embiid 1 dunk or more each for a double your money for $25. I would advise doing both of those. Even if you only hit one of them, which the odds are you probably hit both. Even if you only hit one, you still haven't lost anything, and you had a little fun.
Right.
So do it up.
All right. I am going to go to the English Premier League this
I was
weekend.
going to say, Mr. Soccer Guy.
That's right. I mean, somebody's got to be in this room. And if you're watching this, you can see I'm wearing an Arsenal jersey. So.
Mr. Soccer Guy.
Yeah, right.
With Dreamcast across the front. Is that Sega Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Oh.
2000, 2001 kit.
Okay.
Home kit, yeah. Throwback, baby. Like, pretty much all mine are like retro throwbacks.
Yeah.
I also like how he called it a kit.
That's what they're called.
I know it is, but
It's a kit.
most people would be like, yeah, it's just a jersey or
Yeah.
sweater.
It's a kit, man.
You're all professional.
See,
That's it.
see, and I don't even really, I don't really get into jerseys as much as you do, and I didn't even know it was called a kit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The soccer, they're called kits. Or strips. They might call them strips, too.
See, I've never heard that one, but I've heard kit.
Yeah. Anyway, but like I said, you know, like most of my jerseys are throwbacks.
They're all
retros,
throwback,
all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
Most of them, anyway.
Most of them, yes. Some of them I do have new. Anyways, going to the English Premier League, we got Manchester City hosting West Ham United. Now, Manchester City is leading the Premier League right now. West Ham is in fourth, having a solid season, and I like the way they've been playing. So, I'm going to take West Ham with the money line at plus 1,000. So, I like that pick. I think both teams have been playing really well, but I don't know, something gut feeling. Just I think West Ham is going to go into Manchester City and take it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Frankie?
So, like I said, I'm doing all basketball here today. I did realize I did have one game that was not a 10 o'clock start. I actually bet on the Detroit Pistons tonight.
Oh, shit.
Yes, and I questioned myself doing that, but now looking at the score, I'm not regretting it.
Nice.
So I took the Pistons with the spread. They were getting 4.5 points. I took them on the under. The under was set at 211. And then just to spice it up a little bit, I got Sequid Bay. I went with him going over 10 points.
Sadiq.
Bey.
Bro, you know how much I know about basketball.
Sequid.
Sequid. That's what it looks like.
Happy Chinooka.
I want to wish you a happy Chinooka. I don't know what Chinooka is, but happy Chinooka.
I don't know what Sequid is.
It's because it's not Sequid.
No,
it's
it's
Sadiq.
Sadiq. Okay.
Sadiq Bey.
We're a sports show, but tell you the
Yeah.
truth, most of us aren't really basketball guys. We're making an honest attempt at getting into it, but yeah.
I'm well versed when I need to be.
I know enough about it to get by.
Yeah, I can carry a conversation
Yes.
about it. But when it comes down to players' names and stuff, I'm going to fuck them up.
It's not my favorite. I will leave it at that. It's not my favorite.
So, anyways, I got Sadiq to go over 10 points.
Okay.
All in a parlay. And the Pistons are actually up right now 14-4. So,
Okay.
that's...
Which isn't going to bode well for my pick right now, but we saw how that worked out last night with Washington.
yes.
You loved LA last night, even as much as you thought they were going to win by 10.
Thankfully, I did not bet
Right.
on them.
I took Washington getting the 6.5 and loved it at the end because they actually won the game. I actually took the Magic tonight, giving up 3.5 points. I got them before the line went up.
Before the bump.
I still have faith in that pick. I don't trust the Pistons to actually be able to score, but
Dude, it's like 5 minutes into the game.
I know.
Right now.
But anyway, so I am different on your pick there, but you've been much hotter than I am, and we'll see.
I wouldn't
don't
call
know.
it being hot. I got lucky one day.
Happens.
But I will say I like the Warriors tonight, minus the 3. I think they come out and I think they put it to the Knicks, even on the road. They're due for a big game here, and I think they come out and win here by at least 5, 6 to 10 points in this game, in my opinion. And if you want to go with an underdog pick, I already said it on the last one. I'm going with the Blazers money line outright to win. You're getting great odds on that. I took them plus the 6. Take them money line outright. Put a few bucks on it. It's well worth it.
Moving on to back to the Premier League, I should say. We got a matchup of two of the top 6 teams in the Premier League between Chelsea and Manchester United. And now I thought about this game because honestly I despise both teams. I really do, especially Chelsea because their fans are fucking idiots. However, that being said, I'm going to take Chelsea. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm taking United on the money line at plus 240. So the game is in London. It's at Stamford Bridge. But the way Manchester United is playing, Chelsea just got a new manager. like about a month ago, give or take. They've been playing well under him, except the last game I saw him play, I didn't see it. They didn't play that well, and plus they just played today. Chelsea did, as a matter of fact. Manchester United did not play, so I like United rolling into Stamford Bridge and taking it.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Frankie?
Well, the last game I got going here is the Wizards Clippers. Wizards are it's hard to put them in a category because they've played very inconsistent basketball so far this season.
They've been hot lately, though.
They have been hot lately.
Just played last night.
The Clippers, though, have been red hot. They're 22-10 on the season. Washington's 11-17. Not that records make a huge difference, but you kind of see what you're working with there. The spread itself, though, is 12. And I like that, even with the Clippers covering it.
Wow.
So I went ahead and I put money on the Clippers covering the spread.
Oh.
And then I took both Kawhi and I took Russ to both go over 25.
Nice. Joe, you talked me into the Blazers. I just threw some money on it.
All three of us got the Blazers game tonight.
I actually took the Wizards getting that 11.5.
Did you?
Yeah. I see them having a little bit of a letdown from yesterday.
That's a lot.
I don't think they're going to win, but that's my point, though. They've been playing well lately. They're red hot. Yeah, they just played last night. Won a game against LA. Could be a letdown game.
I think they won 5 straight.
They won 5 out of last 6. Yeah. And it's 11.5 points, man. That's a lot. So
it's a big spread.
And they've been playing so well lately. I'm rolling the dice on that one.
Nice.
But that's just bouncing off of your pick there. I'm going to say tonight with my hockey picks, I'm going to take the Preds on the money line to beat the Wings. I don't think that's far-fetched.
I don't know. The Preds are not very good.
They're not very good, but Detroit is 0-5 their last 5 games after
I mean, the Red Wings
win.
are not very good. I get
that. Yeah, and the road team is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in the series. I see Nashville being just good enough to win this game tonight. That's why I say take the money line. I wouldn't ever give up a goal and a half or even 2 goals in this game. I hardly ever give up goals in hockey anyway, so I definitely wouldn't do that. But I take the money line. I do really like the Devils tonight on the money line. And then the underdog pick for me in hockey tonight is take the Blackhawks money line outright to win. I like them in this game, and I think their goaltender outduels.
Who are they playing?
They are. Oh, I didn't write down who they were playing. I didn't. I should have done that. They are playing. I will tell you in 1 second.
Let's see if I can pull it up for you.
I got it.
They're playing Columbus.
They're playing Columbus.
Okay.
And the Blackhawks are actually, and that game's already started. The Blackhawks are actually winning 1-0 right now. So,
okay.
Sorry you didn't get it on that one. My bad. But yeah, I like the Blackhawks tonight.
Nice.
So,
Nice. I'm going to finish out mine with 2 Champions League games tomorrow, and there's a super boost on FanDuel. So I figured, what the hell, throw some money down in it. I'm picking Man City and Real Madrid both to win. I figured with that type of boost, they're both quality teams, teams that should advance to the next round. Give me that. I'll take it.
Nice.
For a little parlay action. I dig it.
Nice. Frank, do you have any more?
I do not.
Okay. I have one more left. It actually bounces off of yours, Chris. We talked about this before the show.
Yes.
You took Manchester City in a parlay with your other team there. I took Manchester City kind of in a parlay. It's a double result
with your other team there.
I did.
I took those 2 teams in that parlay.
I wasn't listening to the other team, truthfully.
I will say, FanDuel had a boost for both of those games, so I went ahead and just threw 5 on it as well.
For the Real Madrid.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I took.
Nice. So Manchester City, I like them to take the double result. So basically, that's taking them in the first half to win the first half and taking them to win the game outright.
Yep.
I would double up on that, and I think they win that game going away, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I don't know as much about soccer as you do, but
no, I saw the matchup. Who they're going? They should be just fine.
Yeah, I did a little research into it, and I like them going away in that game.
I think you'd be fine with that. Absolutely.
So.
We're flipping the tables, and we're taking his advice today.
Yeah.
I don't know how good that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
See if we'll ever do this.
See how it works out for him.
Yeah, right. That's a bold strategy.
So what do you guys want to get into next? I'm I had another pet peeve on the way in today.
Go.
If
Do it.
you guys want to get into this, just for a few minutes. I know we deviate off of sports every once in a while, but a lot of people seem to like it, so let's do it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears is I hate people that don't know how to drive and use a turn signal the correct way. Like it's not even just the driving aspect of it. It's like turn signals are there for a reason, right? So you turn a turn signal on to signal that you're turning.
Hence turn signal.
Hence a turn signal.
Yeah.
You're signaling that you're going to turn.
Yeah.
You don't turn it on as you're turning because that's fucking pointless.
Yep.
If you just slam on your brakes and turn and then turn your fucking turn signal on, you're probably missing a few screws up top. I just don't understand what you think the turn signal's for at that point. Or if you just don't use it at all. Like every car has come with a turn signal since like 1970.
I'm gonna be honest.
Use a turn signal. It's you. What is your problem that you don't understand what that is for?
Oh, but it's a hindrance. What do you mean, Flick? Oh my God, that's so tough.
You could, as you're holding onto the steering wheel,
Right.
which you should also be doing.
You flick it with your finger.
You literally just flick it with your finger. It's a simple flick of your finger, and you turn on your turn signal to signal which fucking direction you're going.
Is yours on the right?
Whatever direction, whatever one it is.
I'm just watching the way you were doing it with your hands. I was like, oh shit, mine's on the left.
You flip the turn signal on to signal which way you're going to turn, or the fact that you're going to turn.
Right.
Because if I'm sitting at a driveway pulling out, or a street getting ready to pull out, and you're coming down the road that I'm getting ready to turn on, and then you just kind of all of a sudden slow down and turn onto the street. It irritates the shit out of me.
yeah.
If you'd have turned your turn signal on, I would have known you were turning. And I could have already turned out and gone about my fucking day.
Yep.
But instead, I'm sitting here with my thumb up my ass, waiting for you to turn into the same driveway I'm sitting in.
Or these people that like turn the signal on like way too early, and it's like half a mile before they're fucking gonna turn.
Which one of the 12 driveways
Right.
are you turning into?
It's like, oh, come on, man.
And they turn it on, and then they pass a driveway, and you're like, oh, well, that's not it. And then they pass another one, you're like, well, what the fuck? And then they pass another one, you're like,
Then they
well,
start really
what are you
slowing
doing?
down for one. You're like, this is the one, and they go right past it, like two more down.
I hate you.
I don't understand how driving has become such a problem for people, and to understand the driving etiquette. I actually said something the other day. I believe drivers should have to go through a driving test after a certain amount of time, no matter how old you are.
I
So,
agree.
like in Indiana, after a certain age, you have to take a driver's test every time your license is up in Indiana. After a certain age, I think it should be you have to take a driver's test after a certain amount of years have gone by that you've had your license, no matter what state you're in. Take a driver's test because I guarantee you, most of these motherfuckers don't know how to drive.
It's true.
That you sounded kind of like Kawhi laughing there. I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
really? I can't disagree with this because you see it every day. Every day, there's something else. It's just like what the fuck, man.
I don't know how these people have gotten licenses.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's like you see some of these people, especially because I work by Woodward, so you see people have to like parallel park on Woodward, and they'll be driving and then they'll just like stop in the right lane as oncoming traffic is coming, and then try to like parallel park. I'm like,
watching somebody try to parallel
I'm
park.
like, are you
these
serious
days,
with this shit?
It's watching somebody try to parallel park these days is like watching a monkey try and fuck a football.
It's so bad.
It's the worst thing ever.
Just go find another fucking spot and walk your fucking fat ass to wherever it is the fuck you're going.
Has either of you ever parallel park though with somebody in the car who does not know how to parallel park?
I think I've parallel
Like-
parked once in my entire life. Once.
So I've only done it a few times, but I know how to do it. I can do
Right,
it. Like
yeah, I can do it.
Like if we were to go somewhere and the only place there was the parallel park, I could do it, no problem. But yeah, there's not a ton of them around. But you should know how to do it.
And especially,
But you get that one person in the car who's like, oh my God, you know how to parallel park?
Right, yeah.
They're like, yeah, they teach all of us when we learn how to do this.
and not to mention, especially with cars now, they're like
We were all supposed to learn this.
The cars now, they're self parking. You got backup cameras. This should be no issue.
It shouldn't be a problem.
You shouldn't be nearly as excited as you are about this because every car ever has been able to do this.
Right. It's amazing to me. But it's just a sheer ignorance though. Like when you're trying to do this, when like a shitload of oncoming in a busy ass road like Woodward, it's like, so let me get this straight. You feel you're so fucking important that you want to stop and hold up traffic just so you can be 5 feet closer to wherever it is you're going. Fuck off. That does grind my gears. It's fucking bullshit. It's like the idiot that is like in a gas station or party store that's like getting like 8,000 lottery tickets in the morning when people are trying to get on with their fucking day.
Oh, Jesus.
A friend of the show, Allison, says she can parallel park like a champ.
Bullshit.
I think somebody in this room knows Allison, and I think that person just called bullshit.
She said, and I don't use any of my damn cameras.
Yeah, I don't buy any of that.
Maybe that's why someone called bullshit.
Bullshit.
Maybe you should use those cameras. I'm kidding, Allison. I'm kidding.
I'm not kidding at all.
Yeah, well, you can be. You're gonna be in trouble later. That's all I'm gonna say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I plead the fifth.
You know what really grinds my
This is going to turn into an ongoing segment.
Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
It lets us get our frustrations out, which is nice.
She said, fuck y'all. I didn't say nothing.
That's really fucking
I
aggressive.
pled the fifth.
That's really aggressive.
But you're part of y'all. So
I know. That's why I'm defending myself
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's
But
really...
when it comes down to it,
And don't listen to Chris.
let's face it, the three of us could do a grind my gears segment every week for like the whole show.
100% we could do that.
So
yes.
I was going to say, it's probably the one other thing outside of sports that I could actually carry a show on would be bitching about things.
Yes.
So while we're on this, there is one more thing, and it has to do with sports.
Okay.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears?
He is so excited he has this drop.
Yeah,
he is.
I did that just before the show because you guys brought it up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and hurry up and get that on there.
And you did.
Yes.
And
I have now officially been excluded from the fuck y'all.
Oh, good. There you go. Well, all right, cool, Allison. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Allison. Yeah, fuck me. All right.
Fucking jerk.
Why you got to be such a piece of shit?
Shut your face when you're talking to me.
You shut your mouth when you talk to me. I hate when they talk about injuries in sports now, and they say, oh, he's out with an ankle. Yeah. My guess is he has fucking 2 of them. What's the problem? he's out with a groin. I'm pretty sure we all knew he had one. What the fuck's the problem?
Right.
Oh, he's out with a shoulder.
Okay.
Again, pretty fucking sure he has 2 of them. He plays sports.
That's
You
where
gonna
I
tell
think
me-
hockey has it spot on. Upper body,
body,
or lower body.
Yeah.
That's it.
But at least they say injury, though. They say he's out with an upper body injury. He's out with a lower body injury. This half the time in football and in basketball, they go, oh, he's out with
He's got a knee.
He's got a knee.
Yeah.
Or he's out with a knee.
Cool, man.
Doing one better than
Okay.
him.
Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. Whoever's got 2 knees out there is doing better
I mean,
than me
just
right
be careful if Dan Campbell's around you.
Yeah.
you might not.
Seriously, we're keeping you away from him.
yeah,
You
right.
can't afford to get your knee bit off.
Speaking of how I injured this leg, Dan Campbell did not like some of my comments or the video I play or the audio I played of him. So yeah, that's kind of where that went. Anyway, so lost that kneecap.
I don't even know where to go from there.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know
What's happening?
What's happening? I lost my kneecap to Dan Campbell.
You know who didn't lose their kneecap to Dan Campbell?
I'm not answering that question.
my guy Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank. Do you know now's a great time to purchase a home or even refinance your existing home? Call my mortgage loan guy Jason Stiltner at Flagstar. He'll give you the top-notch service that you're looking for. Flagstar is currently offering a 0% down home purchase program. However, the program won't last long, but the rates are incredibly low. So call my guy Jason Stiltner today at 248-675-0675. Trust me, you don't want to miss this great opportunity. That number again is 248-675-0675. Flagstar Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
You know, at some point in the future, when we come back to that read, we're going to ask you about Jason's knees. Because you insisted they have not been bitten off by Dan Campbell yet.
That's what I've been told.
All right. Well,
next
come football season, we'll be asking.
Yep.
At least as far as I know, anyway.
Mortgage rates are good, but how's his knees?
Good, apparently.
Better than yours.
You know
Ding.
what really grinds my gears?
Talking about my bad knees. That's what grinds my gears.
Jesus. That's funny.
Just talking about it or just the bad knees in general grind your
Both.
gears?
Both.
I think that's fair.
Fucking both.
Well, not to call you out on the show, but the last time you had a bad knee, you decided to race somebody the fucking night before surgery.
But in my defense then, I knew I was getting the surgery.
True.
So even if I injured it more, like, what are they gonna do? Fix me better? Like, I don't. They just had more to fix. That was, in my defense, that wasn't as stupid as it kind of came across. I mean, it was not smart, but still.
And you almost won.
I did almost win. Yes, yes. On a bad knee that was having surgery the next day.
Yep.
Now I don't think I can win a race against anybody. So.
Well, I've never been able to win a race against anybody. So.
All right, boys.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, I guess I got that going for me. I used to be able to win races, but yeah, not anymore. So where are we going next, boys?
I want to hit the outdoor game this weekend in Tahoe.
Okay,
The most
Excellent.
beautiful sight, the worst ice.
Yeah.
It was beautiful though. Like it was picturesque.
It was.
Man. It was
Dude,
so
I'm
nice.
waiting for one of those little pictures like you've got out on some of your walls.
Right.
I'm waiting for one of those to come
I'm
out.
sure.
That was absolutely beautiful.
It
Like
was.
that's one thing the NHL does really well is their outdoor games, and I'll give credit where it's due because obviously you guys know how much I despise Gary Bettman, and I'm sure you guys.
I think we
as
all
well.
do.
Yeah,
I think we all do.
but the outdoor games are it probably is the best thing that the NHL does. However, the one this weekend in Tahoe was an abject disaster. Like I don't understand why you felt it necessary to start the game in the middle of the fucking day when the sun is literally beating down on the ice. Like I get that you wanted like the picturesque scene, around the rink and everything. I get that, and that's all well and good. You could have waited till the sun started going down, and honestly, I think it would have looked better had you done it then. It would have looked better on TV. It would have been fantastic, and you wouldn't have had the embarrassment of playing the first period of a game when the ice is literally slush, and almost injuring some of your star players because of it, and then taking a roughly 8-hour break and starting the game at midnight Eastern time.
That was the one thing that everybody was super excited about when this idea was brought to the table.
Right.
Is we get pond hockey on real ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, the people watching right now, if you've ever played pond hockey. I know all three of us have spent time on the pond. That ice is for shit.
Oh, it's terrible.
It is not a good time playing pond hockey. It's a good time playing pond hockey.
Right.
But physically, it's not a good time
No.
because it's just, you're all over the place. So to take that and eliminate that from pond hockey, that's where the NHL had so much promise for this.
If you had started that game, like, say, 6 o'clock local time, like Pacific time, perfect. You'd have been fine. You wouldn't have had any issue. And
you
plus,
go 6 o'clock there, that's 9 o'clock,
9 o'clock
here, it's
fine.
perfect.
It's Saturday night. It's in prime time on Saturday night.
I mean, that's basically what they did a couple years back
Right.
with the Stadium Series with Colorado and Detroit.
Yeah.
It was basically a 9 o'clock start.
But once again, the NHL I don't understand who is in this dude's ear about some of the decisions that he makes. I don't get it. Like, I don't. And then he goes
Somebody's
about
smart enough to tell them that the sun is
right.
the enemy.
Exactly. He's like, oh, the sun's well, no shit. When the sun is beating down on ice, it's going to melt it, dum-dum, especially when the temperature is above freezing.
You know what taught me that? The sidewalk in the wintertime.
Fuck it. I'm sitting there watching it after the first period. I say watching it during the first period. I'm just like, this ice looks like shit. And then they started showing close-ups of the ice. And literally every break that they had, whether it be a commercial break or a stoppage and play, they were fixing the ice. I'm like, this is not good.
One thing, though, that I will say that they hit an absolute home run on with this is not having fans for this year to take it somewhere like Tahoe, where you don't need fans anyways.
Right.
I honestly would rather see them do a Winter Classic in an area where there is no fans.
That's what I was just going to bring up. Like, since they just had it in Tahoe, where's someplace that you want to see it next? Something like that, not in a stadium.
Alaska.
You want to see it in Alaska?
I want to see Mystery Alaska.
I was going to say
that was the whole idea.
Alaska game.
Right.
That was basically their idea for this. Was take the Mystery Alaska thing and put it in
The
Tahoe.
other thing that I heard that was rather interesting, and the science behind it, I don't know how it would go. It'd probably be super complicated to do this. I saw somebody put a post up that they want a aircraft carrier.
I was just going to say aircraft carrier
on like Lake Superior.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And just set up the ice on the
great.
aircraft carrier. Do it out in the middle of one of the Great Lakes.
That'd be fucking cool as hell.
Fucking go with that.
I say put it on one of those barges that go through all the time.
Yeah.
Build it on there and do it out on like you said.
God, that would be really fucking cool.
That would be awesome. I also think Blashill got it right when he said they need to have one up at the Sioux. I think that would be picturesque up there.
I thought like maybe Banff Springs in Alberta, I think would be cool, or Lake Louise, I think would be pretty dope. They talk about doing one in like Central Park, which I think would be kind of cool.
That would be unique.
Yeah,
that would be unique.
I mean, you'd have to do a Rangers Islanders game,
and that's fine. You can do Rangers, but there's
I'd watch it.
There's so many places that you could do, but I love the aircraft carrier idea. I think that's phenomenal. I think that'd be absolutely great. So I mean, there's no shortages of ideas.
Any boat big enough to house a rink.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
right.
Aircraft carrier would be fine.
Well, just when he had said barge, like essentially same thing.
Yeah,
like anything big enough to house a rink.
I think the reason I said that is because it would be cool to take one of those ships that always travels that route. And just have that. It's like an iconic ship, and our buddy Dennis would know he knows all those ships.
Yep.
He would know the more iconic ships, but just take an iconic ship and one of those cargo carriers and turn it, like, put a platform on it and put the rink right on there.
I mean, if they could do it on a golf course, they can do it.
Absolutely, they could.
But I mean, this year, outside the things that you just explained and all the problems with it, outside of those problems, they hit a fucking home run
honestly,
with it.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And then obviously this was the perfect time to do it with no fans.
And it was the time to try it.
Right. Brilliant idea, bad execution. As simple as that. And it's sad because that could have been a grand slam.
It really
could have been. And, of course, Gary Bettman, leave it to Gary Bettman to fuck it up.
Well, like
because he didn't take into account the sun.
Well, like I was saying before the show, if you start the broadcast at sunset, you have a picturesque view of the sun setting with the mountains and the lake.
I was going to say, you got the announcers, they've got everything in the background, the sun's coming, like...
That would have been perfect. And then by the time you start the game, the sun is either almost set or completely set, and then you've got nighttime where it's colder.
Yep.
You won't have the sun beating down on the ice, and you'll be able to keep the ice crisper and cleaner and not slush, which is basically what it turned into.
That's exactly what it turned into. But one thing I will say about, especially after the first period of the game on Saturday, Mike Tirico, that dude is... I think he's in the GOAT conversation.
He is.
He really is.
Yeah.
He had to vamp
somehow was meant for hockey.
Like, just anything he calls is amazing.
I was going to say, it's not just hockey. This dude could call anything. He's becoming the Al Michaels of our generation. Like,
That's
this
the exact
dude
name I had in my head.
This dude could call any game.
It's amazing.
And he just makes it better.
And not to mention, like, that the whole time between, like, the end of the first period and then when they decided that, all right, we're going to postpone it till later tonight, he had to vamp that entire time. And he did.
He filled so much dead air.
He did. It was like, okay. And it was like, none of it was awkward. It was like, he did it. It was like, okay. I mean, that's incredibly difficult to do what he did.
He had 2 hours worth of bullshit just sitting right there at the tip of his tongue.
And he did it. So, like I said, to me, he's definitely he's moving into the modern era GOAT conversation, in my opinion, because he's just everything he calls, whether it be golf, basketball, hockey, football, doesn't matter. It's good. Period.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, man. So yeah,
I agree.
Those are my thoughts on the game. Just God, it could have been so much better, and it's a shame.
It's disappointing.
Yep.
It's disappointing.
Like, I was looking forward to seeing that, and it was just like, especially after the first period, I'm just like, there's no way they can keep
The one
playing.
thing I was really glad about is we did not get Vegas versus Boston, because those red jerseys versus those yellow jerseys would have been the worst sight in the world.
But I didn't mind the Bruins yellows.
You had said
I didn't mind. They grew on me the more I watched it. The Vegas red jerseys, those things are hideous.
Oh man,
or orange or whatever the fuck color they are.
If those Vegas jerseys are black, I probably buy one. But in red, I can't get on board with them.
But those Avalanche ones, those are fucking beautiful.
Beautiful. That is the one jersey they hit an absolute home run.
Oh yeah. I've always liked the Avalanche jerseys though, like the Avalanche colors. Yeah. Just I've always liked what they had, what they put out there. Even though I hated that team, really.
Right. But then you throw that color scheme with the Nordiques logo.
Yeah.
on
Oh
it.
yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
And I saw people complaining about it, saying it was a slap in the face to Nordiques fans and slap in the face to Canada, because
it was honoring them.
Yeah, and that's the way I looked at it too. Is you're honoring one of the most historic franchises in the sport, and one of the few franchises that has disappeared, and people still talk about bringing it back to this day.
Well, it's like when Carolina wears the Whalers jerseys,
right?
Which they wore their reverse retros this past weekend. I'm sorry, those things are hideous. The logo, great, but then they made What's up with these people making like gray fucking jerseys? I don't.
What's the point of them?
They look like shit on television. They look
the,
terrible.
The wings, it's the silver stripe, gold, or the gray stripe,
Right.
whatever you want. Like on TV, it doesn't look like anything.
It looks bad.
I think the only gray colored jersey that I have ever really liked is the pewter jerseys in Tampa.
Okay.
I really like those pewter ones because they're not necessarily gray. It's more like a darker gray. It's an off color gray. I like those, but other than that, yeah, I would say any gray jersey, any gray.
So you don't like the Lions pajama jerseys?
No, no.
The color
They
rush.
do look like pajamas.
They do. Those in the all white Rams jerseys look like fucking pajamas.
Talk about the Lions jerseys. I love their throwbacks.
Yeah, those
and-
are beautiful.
and with the gray helmets.
Those are great. Those are beautiful. I
And
wish
with
they'd go back to those full
the
time.
gray numbers on the blue.
Yep.
Those are fantastic.
The
I love
Thanksgiving jerseys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You think you think back watching Barry playing in that color scheme in that jersey on throwback on Thanksgiving.
I
It's
would
fucking
actually buy
awesome.
that jersey. I would 100% buy that jersey just because it's a sweet jersey.
It
I don't
is.
give a shit. Like, you know how much I hate the Lions, and you know how much I hate the Red Wings, but I have a Red Wings jersey, and
We have one right here.
but it's not mine.
That's not yours.
That's true. It's not yours.
That's mine. But still,
But
I'm-
I would
I'm
get
the-
that Lions jersey.
See, and I would, even though I hated the Avalanche, I would have a Forsberg jersey. I would have a Sakic jersey.
I had a Sakic
I
jersey.
don't collect jerseys like you do,
Yeah.
but I would have a jersey of a team that I didn't like
I-
because there's players on that team I respect. I hate the Lions now, but back when Barry was playing for them, I didn't.
Mm.
I would absolutely have a Barry jersey.
If I were to get an Avs jersey, and it's, I don't know, it's kind of an oddball jersey to get, I guess, in the big picture.
Sandus Ozilin.
No, that would be amazing.
Uwe
No.
Krupp,
There you go.
Adam Foote.
I would get a Red Wings Uwe
Mike
Krupp.
Mike Ricci.
No, actually, even as a Red Wing, I would get a Red Wing fan. I don't play for the Red Wings.
You get Pat Roy?
I'd get Patty Waugh.
Yeah, I kind of always liked him too,
that's fair.
even though he was a real pile of garbage sometimes.
Yeah, I look at
I respect
the
that guy.
greatest in the game, and in any order you want to put them in, I'll never argue it. But it's Waugh, Hasek, and Brodeur, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. Like
if
I
I'm
actually
gonna get the jersey, I'm gonna get it great.
I actually did have a Sakic jersey, but I kind of outgrew it, so I gave it to my buddy, and he put it in his garage. I'm like, all right, at least it's still,
Nice.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Still
to do with
going,
it.
still being put to use.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting in, like, especially collecting now. I would definitely get it. I'd look into a better one though. I get like more of like an authentic.
I like how they had like the Yeti foot on there and everything. Like it was just a cool color scheme.
Yeah.
The logo was everything was well done with those jerseys.
However, I do have the Sakic Nordiques jersey.
Really?
I do.
That's a nice one.
Yes, the blue one.
That's a real nice one.
You should get a Eric Lindros Nordiques jersey.
I should. I should.
Never worn on ice.
Never worn on ice.
But worn on draft day.
Nordiques legend Eric Lindros.
Only team he ever played for, he didn't suffer concussion.
Yeah,
in the
real
game.
shit, man. Yeah, Nordiques legend Eric Lindros. I mean, you got to actually, if you think about it, he technically is a Nordiques legend because that trade helped Quebec/Colorado win a Stanley Cup. So,
That's true. That is true.
because they got Forsberg out of that
Yeah.
fucking deal. So okay,
Yeah.
And then Forsberg ended up actually going back to Philadelphia years later.
Well, at some point
Had a fucking great year with them too, if I remember correctly.
he did. He was that dude in his prime was arguably the best overall player in the game. Period.
Yeah, he was up there.
He was the comparison I liked more for Datsuk. Datsuk had better hands, but the way he played the game, I liked comparing him to Forsberg a little bit more than
I
most
thought
people.
Forsberg he was a significantly more physical player than
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Datsuk. And that's why,
Although
which is true.
although Datsuk over the years did start to get more physical and he put on a little more weight because Datsuk was always on the lighter side. He was always a little bit smaller. But over the years, he adapted more of that style of play. But yeah, Forsberg was much more physical. He was just a force to be reckoned with on that ice, man.
Yeah,
No matter what you're talking about, that dude was involved in it.
And a lot of people don't remember it. You want to go back to March 26th, 97, like that fight all started because of Forsberg
And Larionov.
and Larionov.
Yeah, Igor Larionov of all fucking people.
Like if there's two guys on both of those teams that you don't peg to start that, it's Forsberg and Larionov.
I'm glad you brought that up because I saw something on Twitter last night and it got me thinking about that game specifically. But
Really?
It did. Somebody had posted, if there was one moment, one sports moment that you could make like a documentary out of or whatever, which would it be? And that's the one I picked was March 26, 1997.
Yes.
And everything that led up to it.
Yes. And everything after that too.
And
because there was a lot, there was a lot of stuff after that.
Yeah, right. But
I was
that's
going to say you literally have 20 years worth of stuff
right.
after it.
But that's
to follow.
That's
it
like
with.
the moment I would pick would be that particular as soon as Larionov and Forsberg got into it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's the moment I pick. What say you? You guys got any?
That's a hard one to beat, man. Because this is a tough question. You kind of sprung it on me, but that's a tough one to beat, though.
I know
like,
it is.
It really is when you think about it, and I have to really think about
Like
it.
sports moments, just like
that,
okay.
but that moment for me is iconic. I remember that still to this day.
Oh,
like it was
100%,
yesterday.
yeah.
And I still get goosebumps thinking about that fight. And one of my favorite moments in hockey history is Shanahan jumping over top of another player to clothesline Patrick Waugh,
giving him a fucking Frankenstein.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just the most incredible moment, and I get goosebumps even thinking about it. It was just an incredible
was.
moment.
I remember I had to go to my buddy's house because he had passed and I didn't. So I had to go to my buddy's house and watch it.
I'm telling you, that fight and those moments in the fight, because it was not just a fight. It was multiple fights taking on multiple places on the ice.
Yeah, and you look at all these little moments that you pick out of that game.
Yeah.
Like you're picking moments out of the first, out of the third, out of overtime, out of literally this entire game. And people are going, oh, well, it was the fight game. No, like this entire game was a fantastic
It was a great
game.
And the funny thing about that, they had met 3 times previous to that season. Colorado won all 3.
Yeah.
Won all 3 of them.
And nobody touched anyone
No,
the entire game.
Because they were waiting for that game.
And
they were clearly waiting for that game because that game sent a message for the playoffs. That was their goal, is to send a message. They didn't want to do it early in the season.
No.
They wanted the season to kind of skate by, and that's when they chose to send their message.
That's the night they won the Stanley Cup, in my opinion. That's the night they
100%
won
agree
the
with you.
Stanley Cup that night.
100 because they instilled fear. The fear that the Avalanche didn't feel towards the Red Wings after that night, they felt it.
Like, yeah, we got a bunch of Euros on this team, but yeah, you want to get physical? Let's do it.
But we will all fight you, and when it comes down to it, we will kick your ass.
And that was just those games. Not to mention just because both teams were good.
Yeah,
both teams were
They were
really
1 and
fucking
2.
good. Yeah, and that's what made it. Like,
and literally that game is what flip-flopped them. Because the Avs going into that game were the best team in hockey.
that's what made that rivalry just that much better. Is like you can have rivalries all over the place, and that's fine. But when both teams are actually like legitimately good, and oh my god, it was just
it's
awesome games to watch.
I think legitimately good is even underselling it. Those were like you said, Frank. Those were the top 2 teams. That was them, and they were the rivalry.
Yeah,
and it was intense. Every game was intense, but that game in particular just sold it.
Was it 07 or 08 when the Wings and Colorado played again in the playoffs? It was the year Franzen had 5 goals in one game against Colorado.
I don't remember.
But even watching that series, and we're talking 10, 12, 15 years later, like you still see remnants of 2 teams that just fucking hated each other. Like these are guys who were kids at that point.
Right.
I remember looking at some of those games where Bowman would get into an argument.
With Mark Crawford. Yeah.
With Mark Crawford, like seriously, like those 2 wanted to kick each other's ass.
Yeah.
When you have the coaches,
I don't doubt John Warden wanted to beat somebody's ass.
I mean, it was just right. Yeah, really.
The trainer wants to get in.
Right. I'll have to ask him. But yeah, it was. I mean, those were intense. Those were just intense games through that rivalry, and I think that's a perfect one. I wish they would do a full documentary series on that.
Yeah, I do too.
I really feel like that's a perfect 30 for 30.
It would
is.
be.
I just somebody's got to fucking shoot it.
Like, I mean, just to answer your question, and I've kind of already gotten my moment, the 04 Red Sox.
Yeah, it's kind of where I figured you'd
Yeah.
go with that. Which is, I get it.
And the 30 for 30 ESPN did on it is...
Oh, the 4 days in October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most perfect thing I've ever watched.
That's
like
that's actually not a bad one. And I hate
Yeah.
the Red Sox, but
Right.
it was actually a really good documentary that they did.
But there's plenty of little moments that I would be interested in seeing, like a little half-hour thing on. Like, I would love to see them just do a documentary about Hasek and how he became a goalie and stuff. Not any specific moment, but...
There's one. It's on the Olympic Channel. It's about the '98 Czech
The
hockey team.
Nagano?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's like an hour and a half long. It's fantastic.
I'm gonna have to find that.
It's really good.
But even like Woodson, I could watch a documentary on Woodson's '97 season.
I would watch that. Well, that's another one I saw. Like, what what picture that you like sports picture that you've seen obviously.
Hell
like,
yes.
It like stands out to you, and you're just like 100% clear as day in your mind. That stands out to you, and you're just like, yeah, that's pretty dope.
Hell yes, and the Bad Boys.
The Hell Yes one is sweet, which I have on my wall in my kitchen.
I think it's for me, it's one of the most iconic photos that you could ever say was taken. It's Muhammad Ali standing over.
Right, but I'm talking about like something you were alive
something that
for.
I was alive for.
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be tough. Give me a few minutes. You
Like
guys
I like
discuss.
like Desmond in the end zone striking the Heisman pose, or
Yes.
Woodson's interception against Michigan State in '97 when he like one-handed.
Yeah.
Just the picture of that when he's literally see how high he had jumped to get it, and he just one-hands it, and he was like, okay, got it.
I mean, the Maglio home run. That's
Obviously I have.
Yeah.
I want to.
I have that whole home run video that plays through my head.
100%.
It really like I the whole video plays in my head sometimes, and
they're gonna say it. They're gonna say it.
we were there.
There it is.
Yes, we were there.
We were there, but we were out in the outfield. And but I recorded the game because I wanted to.
Yeah, I have
wanted
it.
to
I
watch
have it
later.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I watched it later on, I just have that whole video in my head because every once in a while I will pull it up on YouTube and just watch it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's just such an iconic moment.
I just remember it was like almost like deathly quiet before, and then you just heard the crack of the bat, and it's like you knew as soon as you hit it, you're like, it's gone.
That you could hear a pin drop in that stadium until and where we were, you couldn't really see the where the ball was going at first, but you heard the crack of the bat, and just that crack of the bat, you knew it had a chance. And then all of a sudden, you look up and the ball is coming towards us. And I don't even remember seeing where it landed when it first landed because
you couldn't.
Because we were just all celebrating that point because we knew at a certain point you knew it was gone. And when I watched the video back, I realized it landed like 10 rows in front of us.
Yeah, it landed pretty close to where we were
the
sitting.
next section over.
Yep.
But yeah, it was. That's just such an icon. That's a great iconic moment for Detroit sports history.
I think the other one, and I'm not going to say it's iconic, but the other picture that I see, and I'm like, I love that picture, is I want to say it was either 11, 12, or 13 when Miggy hit that home run against Chicago after the rain delay, and it sparked them to go on a winning streak and everything. But the home run itself, I believe, hit the foul post. It just, that picture, for some reason, I just look at it and I go, I remember that. I remember that hit. I remember that game. And that, I want to say it was the 12 season when they ended up getting swept in the final, in the World Series by San Francisco.
Because I went to Game 3 of that series.
Yep.
But
that was actually Game 4. The most fucking miserable game I've ever been to.
Well, the Game 3 was cold as fuck.
Yeah, it was cold as fuck. It just awful.
It was windy. It was incredibly windy.
I was so excited to go to. I wore like a spring jacket, and it was like 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, nope.
It was just fucking miserable.
Dude, we were bundled as shit for that Game 4.
Oh, yeah. You got to think that's fucking mid-October, basically.
We were bundled for that game.
Thankfully, we didn't get kicked out. Because a certain person almost got us kicked out.
Certain person almost got us kicked out, and I had to threaten to punch some random dude next to me because him and the other person would not shut up they're arguing over top of me.
Yep.
And I just turned to the one and said, stop. And I turned to the other, the guy and looked at him. So this other person was a woman, by the way. And of course she was not helping things. But then I looked to the guy and I said, I swear to God, I will get you kicked out of this game because I will punch you in the face. We will both miss this game. And he was by himself, sitting in the end seat next to us, and he just wouldn't stop. And I'm like, I swear to God, dude, I will punch you in the face. We'll both miss this game. Shut up.
If you are a lone person who goes to a game, you should not be allowed to take the aisle seat.
Yeah.
I mean, he bought it, but
honestly,
I don't care. That should be an unspoken rule.
I was happy. I was grabbing beers at that point.
You were.
We probably would have gotten kicked out.
You were, and you missed the whole damn thing.
I was grabbing beers while this went on, so I'm kind of glad that happened because I'm fairly certain had I been there,
we might
have gotten kicked out.
We might have because I was able to calm the situation down, even though I was pissed off at the guy, and I literally told him I was going to punch him in the face. But you might have just dove over and punched him in the face. So.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny for me to hear because in the time that we've known each other, you haven't exactly been the person who de-escalates situations.
I have my own way of de-escalating situations nowadays.
Yeah, he just plays what grinds my gears. That's how he does it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
No, I'm not talking about currently. I'm talking the former life, post that time, pre now.
I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it.
When I used to go to bars just to hang out, and then I'd be like, "Yeah, you want to help me throw this guy out?" No, I just want to sit here and drink my pop and hang out with my friends. But yeah, if we got to throw somebody out, let's fucking do it.
Or there's the random times where you go to the bar where you worked or you knew people, and you go in there and you're just hanging out, and then all of a sudden a fight breaks out and you find yourself in the middle of it because you're just trying to protect your people who are in a fight with other people.
Right. And then your friend / bouncer fucking suplexes somebody through the glass.
Through a window.
Nice.
Yeah, fun times. Back to baseball though. One home run one moment that stands out to me is a chick I was seeing at the time got me tickets to oh god, and it just left my fucking head just that fast. Wow, my memory is fucking. Plays for Boston right now. Played for the Tigers. Got traded to him or signed with him. All right, we're gonna just gloss on this one then.
Frank, read something.
Are you tired of going from dealership to dealership looking for an automobile or boat? Get in touch with Landon C. Motorsports. They specialize in finding you the car, truck, or automobile you're in the market for. At Landon C. Motorsports, tell them the type of vehicle and the features you want, and that will fit your budget. They also offer shrink wrapping and winterization for all boats and jet skis. If your boat or vehicle need any repairs or cleaning, they offer a full detail division as well. So give them a call at 586-484-9798 or visit their website at landoncmotorsports.com.
Oh my god.
And we're back. Did you figure that one out yet?
No. Too busy laughing, and my mind is shot. That is
It's
bad.
just funny because I was sitting here looking at this going, we switched everything up. I don't know when to read it now. And you just went, Frank, read something.
Bingo, you found it. You know when to read it.
Oh shit.
Hey, I didn't find it. Chris found it.
That was great.
Part of me wanted
Sorry.
to ask if you were talking about Porcello, but
JD Martinez.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The name. For some reason, I kept Martinez was in my head, and I kept thinking Victor Martinez, and I'm like, it's not Victor Martinez, you dumbass.
Fucking Boston got rid of half their roster in the offseason,
so
I
JD
even forgot JD was still there.
Yeah, so a chick I was seeing at the time got me tickets to JD Martinez's first game back after being injured.
Is that the one where he fucking
the White Sox?
cannoned it from left field?
He pinch hit in that game. One swing of the bat.
Look at the White Sox, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Wait, was I there with you?
No, I don't.
I
think
think
so.
I was at this game too.
You might have been there. We might have been
there together separately.
Yeah. Actually, I think you know what? I think I ran into you there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we met up, but I wasn't there with you on that game,
Okay.
which is odd because we go to a lot of baseball games together. But no, so he pinch hit in that game, and literally it was one swing of the bat. It was one of those. Again, you get goosebumps moments where he came back from injury.
It was a Gibby type moment.
Yeah,
just not on the same stage.
Right. It wasn't on such a big stage, but it was like he had just come back from injury, wasn't even going to play. The game was close in the late innings. They pinch hit, put him into pinch hit. One swing of the bat, gone.
I think it was a bomb too. It was
it
like dead
was-
center field.
It was gone.
Yeah. I remember watching the game. Obviously I wasn't there like you guys were, unfortunately, but I remember watching it. That thing, as soon as I hit the bat, he's like, "He got all that fucker."
Oh my god! It was one swing and just see ya.
He was one of those dudes. He still is one of those dudes that just the change of scenery after he got out of Houston, whatever happened to his game, whether it was him working with Miggy or whoever he worked with here in Detroit or in the offseason, whatever. That dude is a rare type of player at this point in time. He would very well fit in that early 2000s type. But nowadays, like he's almost not built for this game,
Right.
But he can just do something special.
Speaking of hitters, and I just want to get to this quick before we get
Yeah.
out of here, is from what I've read, and I don't know exactly how true this is because he's kind of disputed it, but it sounds like this is going to be Pujols' last season coming up.
I mean, it's about time.
Which I think it's a couple seasons overdue.
Right.
But he hasn't confirmed it yet, but all signs are pointing toward that this will be his final season. And what I want to ask is he the best right-handed hitter of his era? And I know Tiger fans will say Miggy is, and I disagree with you 100%. But
Yeah, Miggy was at one point in time, but he wasn't consistent enough for long enough. He had some really, really great, amazing years in there, but
injuries also crippled him.
Injuries hurt him. But Pujols was one of those guys that his career just elongated to the point where you're looking at it going, and the guy's swing never lost it, and he didn't really have many injury years, so he was very much consistent for a long period of time.
I look at Pujols. It's an interesting way I look at him, and it's the comparison I'm going to make is going to be one you're going to look at me and go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm going to compare him to Dave Chappelle.
The fuck are you talking about?
And I only say this for what I said earlier. Dave Chappelle, I was actually kind of giving my mom introductory viewing on YouTube to Dave Chappelle stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Some of the cleaner stuff.
I was going to say, how did that go?
But I'm watching it, and I said out loud, I'm just so lucky I got to be alive during this guy's career. Pujols is how I look at that.
Okay.
Pujols, is he a great? Yes. Is he the great? I don't know about that. But I'm really lucky that I was able to watch that man's entire career.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's fair. Like, for me personally, I think he is the best right-handed hitter of this era. I do. Just because you hit it to the point, like, it didn't matter what you threw him. He was going to destroy it. And the same thing with Bonds as a left-handed hitter. Honestly, Bonds is the best hitter I've ever seen.
Yeah, you'll never catch me arguing with that. Never catch me arguing with that.
The only argument I would make is Bonds, when the power came into it, was older. Pujols has been able to do this pretty much consistently.
Well, and as we've discussed before, Bonds killed his career, in my opinion, by taking
Becoming
steroids.
a power hitter.
He became a power hitter to try and compete on the level because he wasn't happy with not getting the limelight.
Like Sosa and McGuire were getting the headlines,
right?
And he wasn't. But even though he
took
was
himself from the best baseball player of all time to the best power hitter of all time.
Which in retrospect was pretty fucking stupid,
right?
You know,
yeah, because at this point, if he didn't take steroids and he continued on his career,
allegedly.
Well, I mean, listen, we all fucking look at look at the size of that dude's melon.
Right. I'm not saying he did.
Look at
I'm
the
not
size
saying
of
he
mine.
did.
I don't
but
do steroids.
The fact is, he never tested positive.
Okay, you're right. You are right.
He didn't.
You are right. He didn't. He allegedly took steroids. If he didn't possibly take steroids, he was a 40-40 guy.
Oh yeah, he would have gone down as the best player ever.
He would have gone down as the best baseball player ever to play the game.
And I'd rather have that title than a power
That's
hitter.
assuming he continued at the same trajectory he was going early in his career.
I mean, you see how long his dad played, so yeah,
right.
I think he would have.
Well, you see how long he played while playing on kind of a brittle body, because he got so large because of maybe taking steroids.
He just ate a lot.
Yeah,
That's all
I
it
mean,
was.
yeah, it went all and his head enlarged too for some reason. But yeah, he would have been, in my opinion, he would have been the best baseball player to ever.
Oh yeah,
ever play the game.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that can honestly be disputed. Who else are you going to compare him to?
I mean, there's people who are going to try to argue it,
right? But if you look at the trajectory of his career before the
what?
Steroids trajectory.
Oh, okay, there you go.
There you go.
Trajectory.
Yeah, I knew I was going to have an issue with that.
I gotta get you to watch Blaze and the Monster Machines because they talk about trajectory in there. It's a kids show. They teach kids about trajectory.
What the hell you were talking about?
I didn't know where you were going with that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you got to let me get there. That's why you got to wait for it.
Are you trying to teach your daughter about trajectory?
No, it's just a show she watches that teaches kids about trajectory. It's weird. They teach kids about a lot of different shit, and there is an episode about trajectory.
Now, when I was at her age, I was watching Sesame Street, and it was like, this is the letter A, and this is the letter B. And
there's even a really catchy song. Trajectory. It's I mean, nobody else would like it. I'm a parent, but whatever. Fuck off. Anyway.
my brain now hurts. Thank you for that.
I'll send you the episode. You can watch it.
I appreciate it.
Let's get to the cameo.
Let's get. Well, we've got a couple things here. I think we're gonna skip Reddick's ejection, right?
Yeah,
we'll just skip that.
We can talk. It's just more soft officiating bullshit.
Yeah.
That's.
You want to talk for just a second on J.J. Watt and where we think he's gonna end up, and we can get into that for a second, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah,
he's gonna end up in metacarpal.
Mitochondria. That's right.
I knew it was one of them.
I personally think he's going to end up in Cleveland, especially if you can line up, on the other side from Myles Garrett. I think that's honestly the best situation for him.
And you could trade OBJ
because
move that salary
right. Because
down.
I think Baker is good enough to lead you somewhere. I think Josh Allen is better. I obviously want him to go to Buffalo. But I think the situation in Cleveland, it'd be really hard to pass up. So I think he ends up in Cleveland.
I am hoping you're right, and somebody else agrees with you, and that would be The Miz.
You want to win a Super Bowl? You want a team with a winning mentality? Are you sick and tired of losing and losing upon losing? Do you want a city that is behind you 100%? You did wonders, amazing things for the Houston Texans, for the city of Houston. You've done so many charities. I've watched you raise money for this city. You know what other city would love to have you, that would embrace everything that J.J. Watt has? And not only that, you get to go against your brother and beat your brother down twice a year. How much can we offer you? Whatever you need, we got it. We got the money. We got the draft picks. We got everything that you need, that Cleveland needs to win a Super Bowl. Come to Cleveland, J.J. Watt, and you two will be awesome. And have a Super Bowl ring.
Oh, okay.
That was really good,
I
Mike.
think you sold.
Really, really good promo, Mike. I really liked it.
It's Katie.
I really like. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I call you Mike? I didn't. I would hate to call you something you don't like to be called on Sports Nation. That's my bad. I'm so sorry.
I am fine being called Mike, The Miz. It is wonderful to see you again. I don't think we've done
so
an
good to
interview
see you too.
since the last
Let's
interview
give
we
Messi.
did on Sports Nation.
Oh, so you do remember that? I just had just one quick
course I
question because I don't
remember
want to keep you I don't want to keep you too long. But I was just wondering if it ever keeps you up at night or bothers you that the only reason anybody invites you to do anything is because you're pretending to be someone that you're not, and they like that person.
I kind of have developed this character all the way through for about 20 years, and I've been doing quite well with it.
You're doing well
it's very
now.
convincing. It's very, very convincing.
Thank you.
Historically,
you.
The Miz is like the
You're
most
welcome.
hated wrestler behind the scenes of all time.
So just so the Miz and Katie understand, I will explain what the real world is. Trevor and Tony.
What is their beef?
Because neither one of them was alive
They-
when the real world was outside.
They were on Sports Nation at one point,
Yeah.
and he was a little bit condescending to her at one point, and there was like a little spat that
Really?
happened in there. But she's cool. She rolls with the punches, and I think there was an apology there. He didn't actually mean the disrespect. It's kind of all in fun now, but there was definitely a little conflict there that led to that. It was actually pretty funny. That was something that I didn't expect to see in that. I was just pulling the clip for.
I didn't even know there was a beef
Cleveland
between
thing.
them. I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just pulling the Cleveland clip, and then that came on afterwards. I was like, "Oh, what's this?
I
This
can
is interesting."
I can kind of see why it's kind of douchey. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Guest spot from the now WWE champion, The Miz.
Which just shows you how bad the WWE is,
Dude.
Like really, that's your champion.
I was gonna ask for 2 seconds to speak on that.
Yeah.
The WWE Elimination Chamber was this weekend.
The what?
The Elimination Chamber. This 16 tons of steel and chain, and just doesn't look like a good time. But you get these 6 guys. They enter from pods, and you try to eliminate everybody, and the last guy standing gets the belt. So they go through this whole thing. Drew McIntyre's the last guy standing with the belt, and out of nowhere, for no fucking reason at all, Bobby Lashley comes out and beats the shit out of him. Okay. He had just lost the U.S. title earlier in the day, so obviously wins and losses mean nothing in the WWE. And then all of a sudden, The Miz comes out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, which he won from another dude a couple months ago, and they had no direction for it. And then all of a sudden, The Miz is the fucking champion, going into WrestleMania for no reason at all.
Okay.
This is how unwatchable WWE has become.
Speaking of which, are we doing WrestleMania this year?
We have to. It's tradition.
It's going to first depend on.
Well, we didn't do it last year though.
That's true.
Because of COVID.
But I don't think it was truly like WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
It
didn't
gonna be
feel
the
like
same
it.
thing this year.
Is it really?
You think so?
Oh,
There just might be people in it, like in the stands.
Yeah, when is WrestleMania?
April 10th and 11th, I believe it is.
We got some time to figure it out.
Yeah. We got
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's not like last year was bad.
They pushed it back in the hopes that we'd be able to get some more people in, because it was originally supposed to be mid-March.
It's Where is it this year? In Tampa?
Yeah, they're going to actually do it in Tampa this
And
year.
Florida doesn't give a shit about COVID, so
Right.
that place will be packed.
Well, listen, and put as many people there as you had at the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And just put on a show. It'll be great.
AW, which is the rival wrestling promotion, they do their show every week out of Jacksonville at the Jag Stadium.
Yeah.
They've had fans there for months.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, they can do it. It's
Right.
just going to be a question of what they choose to do.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna end this show on another just awkward cameo. These cameos are so awkward, and we didn't play one last week, but we're gonna play one this week, and I've got a couple more lined up for the weeks to come. They're just so awkward. Whether it's somebody a celebrity mispronouncing a name like Chinooka, or doing this. This is one of the weirdest ones I've seen so far.
Hey, what's up, Ian? It's Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray.
Wow.
Off the charts, but always in your hearts. And Ethan wants to let you know something. Man, these never get easy. Things are getting tough around the office. And unfortunately, at this time, and I know it's tough around the holidays, Ethan is going to have to let you go. Unfortunately, money's tight right now. You know, oil prices around the world are going crazy, and it's affecting Ethan's business, and he's going to have to let you go. He just can't afford to keep you around anymore. You've been a great employee, a great friend, and he hates to do this to you during the holiday season, and he thought the best way to let you know that you're fired was through me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is hiring Mark McGrath.
Ian, I wish you the best.
You didn't just get fired. You got fired by the guy who sings
kind of come
Fly.
into mind right now when something like this is happening to you. You know, when the chips are down. You know, when one door closes, another door opens.
Oh, my God. I'd punch him in the face at this point.
You know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. So on behalf of Ethan and everybody,
Get pucks deep.
we wish you the best. Ian,
Dump
you're
a
more than
change.
capable. It's not us, it's you. Okay, but happy holidays and the best to you and your family. But
It's not
we're gonna
us,
let
it's
go
you.
this time. On behalf of Ethan and Mark McGrath, you've been a wonderful employee.
Now-
We wish you the best in the future.
If I'm the guy that is getting fired like this, I'm finding the guy who set this up to do this, and I'm beating the shit out of him.
It's not my favorite line of all that, and there were so many bad
Oh, yeah,
lines.
it was bad.
It's
It's
not us,
it's
it's
you.
That's
Like,
just
and I don't say this to be insensitive or anything. Like, I get that this is a real thing and all that, but that dude had to have killed himself by now.
seriously like,
How do you get fired by Mark McGrath?
oh man, that's worse than getting fired on your day off, man. What the fuck?
How the hell you gonna get
He
fired on your
may
day
have
off?
been fired on his day off by Mark McGrath.
Right, that's true. Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
yeah, you might
Was-
want to just end it.
yeah. Was he stealing boxes?
Oh man,
He trying to build a clubhouse?
That's so bad. Like, oh my god.
That was
This is a man who sang about a 4-post bed at one point.
That was one of the most awkward ones I've come across. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, that was incredibly bad, incredibly bad. And like I feel bad for the guy that got fired.
Yeah,
because
for real.
That's like one of the shittiest ways
That's
you could ever get fired.
Right.
No,
That's-
that might be the shittiest way to
Like,
get
oh
fired.
my god. Yeah. I mean, maybe if it was like Bieber doing it or something like that. that
Oh
would
Lord.
At least he's had a single in the last 100 years.
that's fair. That's fair.
That is fair.
I'm trying to think of like somebody worse that would be worse to get fired by
Like
other than Mark
Wilson
McGrath.
Phillips?
Nah, no. I'm trying to think of anybody worse.
Michael
Fred
Bolton?
Durst.
Fred Durst.
No, man, I'd be so happy to be fired by Fred Durst.
Fred Durst. Vanilla Ice. Like, you imagine Vanilla Ice.
Like, dude, you got fired by Fred Durst.
Dude, if Vanilla Ice fucking did that shit to me, oh my god, that'd be fucking terrible. You're fired.
All right, stop. You have no job now.
Listen, don't go back.
Don't go back. Oh,
I can't freestyle, so I'm not about to try.
Yeah, I ain't about to try and do that.
Somebody's got to have one with like Lumberg from Office Space. Too.
Lumber.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
So now that would be a great way to be fired.
That would be cool.
I would be okay with that one because that would be iconic. That would be great. It'd be fantastic.
Or even the consultants, not gonna work here.
So you're
anymore
not going to
anyway.
work here anymore anyway.
That would be great.
So you fired him. No. We fixed the glitch. So it's just going to work itself out.
Yeah. I love that. God, that's awesome.
Oh, all right. So with that, that's going to do it for tonight's show.
Happy Chinooka.
Happy Chinooka.
And prayers to the guy who just got fired by Mark.
Yeah, right, man. I feel bad for you, brother.
T's and P's for that.
Honestly,
man, for sure.
Yeah.
Prayers up, brother.
I thought I was having a rough go lately. That man takes the cake.
That dude did not have a very good year.
No, that was bad.
Yeah.
Day, month, or year.
Yeah. Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out our website, sotdet.com. I can just see him chuckling over here in the corner.
I just can't believe what we just fucking watched.
While you're... Check out our website at sotdet.com. While you're there, take a look at our show pics and our blogs. Again, that's sotdet.com. Again, prayers out to the guy who got fired by Mark McGrath.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you, everyone, for listening and or watching. On behalf of Chris and Frank, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye. Have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No. Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
Hey,
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.